Have you ever noticed those thin white strips on the electric poles before?
I've actually never noticed them.
Those thin white pipes are part of an eruv, which in Hebrew is loosely translated to doorway. They're constructed in Jewish communities as a way for Jewish residents and their visitors to carry certain objects outside of their homes on the Sabbath. But according to the mayor of Mahwah, those are illegal signs that must come down. Does this look like a sign to you? Well, according to the township of Mahwah, it's a sign just as much as this is.
Sign by definition attracts your attention and directs you to do something. No different than a stop sign would, to give you an example, that you see it and you stop your car. That eruv has does the same thing.
The eruv attachments are owned by the Rockland Eruv Association and were affixed to the poles by their own personal vendor. But the poles that they're on are owned by Orange and Rockland Electric, which makes them public property. And that's the mayor's biggest concern.
We also have a component in our ordinance that says no signs can be placed on a public utility pole, a tree, or a rock. So when you think about it, an eruv attracts your attention and directs you to stay within the perimeter of the eruv, which by definition, in our opinion, is a sign. That's a violation of our sign ordinance.
The mayor has sent letters to the Rockland Eruv Association asking them to dismantle the pieces by August 4th. But after speaking with the association, it's clear that the pieces aren't coming down without a fight. Looks like someone's decided to take this into their own hands. The Rockland Eruv Association didn't want to speak on camera, so I spoke to the Orange and Rockland Electric Company to better understand the agreement that they have.
It's the same agreement right across the board. It's a pole attachment agreement that we have that is required by law for us to have open access to various companies or vendors who want to be on the pole. Pole has become a very active piece of real estate. It didn't used to be, but it is now.
Thanks, Adian. We have on set with us today NJ Now host Jim McQueenie, a resident of Mahwah. Tell us what you think about this.
I have lived in the town for 20 years. This has been up since June, and I went past all of these strips at least dozens of times, and I never noticed it. So it's not that noticeable as you might think, right? The town council is looking at this thing saying we're offended by this, right? It's violating our sign ordinance on here. Come on, what you really have up there is a latent thing of anti-Semitism. And I'm sorry to say it because I love the town I live in, and it's a great town with good people. It's anti-Semitism hidden under an ordinance about signs on here.
How can you connect anti-Semitism to people who just don't want a certain look through their town? You can't see into their hearts.
Well, that's the argument with affordable housing in New Jersey that's often used. They say on an arch thing, we have a quality of life in our town, so we don't want to build affordable housing because, again, those people may show up. And it'll increase the school things, it'll increase taxes, it'll increase things, but that's not what America's about. And this is not what America's about.
Jim, whose town is it anyway? The numbers will decide. Thanks.